Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Devin here. As always, nobody else is on this channel for the most part. Today's agenda, I don't really know. I don't know what to do. So this morning I called up the mill, finally. It's been 4 or 5 days since I said that I was going to call the mill. Finally called the mill. Towards the end of the week, they're going to be bringing me some oats, and there's also I ordered a pallet of my supplement feed, so they're going to have that. One thing I need to do today for sure, I want to empty all the corn out of the gravity box so we can get that wagon weighed, and I can send a check over for the corn. Got to do that. I guess we'll go with the flow. It's almost lunchtime, so. What are you doing out, George? If anybody wants an update on George here, he's being naughty. Look at that. He could just crawl right in there. There you go, Mom. He's back. You guys probably need some water. Well, if I'm going to do anything this morning, I will turn the water on. Alright, so we got the cow water full. Decided to come back here. On the back end of our mixer here, there's a shaft that runs all the way from the PTO all the way to the back end here. And then it runs all these chains and sprockets. Well, there's an oil bath in here that keeps everything oiled and lubricated and all that. Well, our big chain here is running a little bit dry, it looks like. So I think we got to add a little oil to the bath. I dumped some in yesterday, but I still think we need a little bit more in there to get that chain nice and lubricated. You don't want these chains to run dry because you will wear them out in a hurry. Basically, honestly, if you keep this stuff all working, this mixer will last forever, in my opinion. Keep all the bearings greased, chains lubricated, and this thing will last a long time. There's not a whole lot to this. You got 2 augers here, and then the big reel. And if you keep all that going, this thing will last a long time. But we gotta find some oil and dump it in there. Bring that oil level up probably. I don't think it's got to go up very far. A couple inches maybe. Alright, it's after lunch now. And we're going to start off. We're still kind of working with this. Trying to get it full of oil. I got a barrel over there with a pump. Just got some waste oil in it. And the pump's not working too great, so it's not pumping very well. So we're going to put just a little bit more in here, I think. And then, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to unhook this. We're going to hook the grinder on the tractor there. And we're going to empty out that wagon. Just so I get it empty. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the grinder full. Probably just leave it in there. I think it'll be okay. Until I get something figured out. They're going to bring me some oats end of the week, so we got to have that wagon easily available. We might maybe try and scrape it out if I get to it. But for right now, we're going to get some more oil in here, get this ready to go, I might go ahead and grease. Well, I got a bunch of oil in there. I think it'll be enough. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some grease in here. I did the front end. There's 3 or 4 on the front end. I did that the other day. I'm gonna try and hit the back end here. So there's actually lines that come from the outside. They get most of them. There's one I gotta reach in and do because we replaced the bearing and didn't come with a line, and honestly I like knowing that it's going in for sure. But for like the big one in there that I can't reach, there's a couple over here. There's one here, and then there's one down below. So you watch me struggle with the PTO shaft. I'm gonna give a guy a shout out. And my shout outs don't mean anything, but if you haven't found him already, his YouTube name is Harmless, H-A-R-M less farmer. His name is Andy Detweiler. And he's a farmer. He has no arms, and I watched the video of that guy get down on the ground on his back and hook up a PTO shaft with his feet. And it just reminds me every time that I'm struggling with a shaft that I have both arms. And no matter how frustrated I get, I still have both arms. So if you haven't seen him already, check him out. It's a pretty cool thing. So the other thing I was thinking of, why am I hooking this tractor on such a small implement that doesn't require a lot of horsepower? This tractor would be a perfect match for this. It's dead. Last time I jumped on it, the battery was dead. So either I drag all the cords, I drag the battery charger, we charge it, I get it started, we hook it on here, or I take 2 minutes, unhook this tractor, hook it on here. 6290. Perfect tractor for this. Works really good. PTOs, we're having trouble with the PTO right now. We got to get that fixed. This tractor, I ain't even going to start this tractor in the winter. And I'd also have to flip the shaft. Our blue loader tractor also works good. It's got the speed hitch on the back, and I don't really feel like taking that off. And we also have this nice cabbed, perfectly good tractor here, which is 1 pin away. So that's why I did that. So now I'm going to pull this up somewhere. We got to get that wagon out. I might end up using the tractor to do that, and then we'll have to pull that auger out probably, unless I can get it to line up with that one, but we'll see. And then we're going to empty that wagon out completely, and then I think I'm just gonna let this sit, but we'll see what I decide. So in the mixer mill there, it runs into the hammer mill, and what that is a bunch of little hammers or little pieces of steel. They're kind of rectangular, and there's a screen underneath. So all the hammers, they run kind of in a circle. They're on a shaft, and then there's a screen underneath. And so what happens is the corn falls in and gets hit with them hammers and cracks or ground. And what that screen is, you can control how fine it grinds. If you want it, say, more coarse, you got bigger holes in your screen. If you want it really pounded up, you got smaller holes. Looks like my wagon's just about empty now, so I'll have to try to get the shovel and scrape it out some. So now I got my wagon empty. I'll give you a little, well, I'm not going to pull it out of there, but there's little hammers in there. You can see them. They kind of spin there. And this is the screen that I was talking about. So them hammers spin really, really fast. And the corn falls in there, and it falls down into these hammers. And that'll beat it up until it's small enough to fall through this screen. And there, sometimes you'll get some whole corn, some whole corn, but most of the time it's cracked pretty good. I prefer the cracked corn over the whole corn. For goats, it doesn't really matter because their stomachs is strong enough to digest that corn. It's not a big deal. However, just my preference, I think it's a lot better to have it cracked. Just my preference, I guess. I've done whole corn before, and I really like it, but it doesn't seem like the goats really go after it as much as they do when it's cracked. But yeah, so we got that wagon empty. This is probably about half full. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for sure. Probably get my oats. I might finish it off, dump a bunch up in the hay barn and that bin, and I guess we'll figure it out when I get there. I'm probably just gonna park this right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump in the car or the truck. I'm gonna drive down. We got a quarry just down the road, and they have a scale there, which is always on. I'm gonna see if the gates are open, if I can get in there. I need to weigh that wagon. I need an empty weight on the wagon. I'm gonna run down there, just see if the gates are open. It shouldn't be a big deal if I'm in there. All I need is an empty weight, so I'm gonna do that now. We'll probably park this, and probably almost time to start feeding. Hey guys, so I'm in the hut now. Me and Fred are in the hut now, and he's being kind of annoying. So what we're doing here me and Fred are doing here. Right, Fred? Get out of the way, you're in the way. I want to hang these feeders. I got 2 feeders like this I want to hang up in the calf hut. Good grief, Fred. To creep feed with. Normally I throw them up front, but because I have a doe or 2 that can crawl her way out, I don't think I want to do that. Put the feeders out there this year. So we're going to try and use the hut. Me and Fred are going to try and use the hut. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Got to figure out how I'm going to hook them on. I got one just like this for the other hut. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Yeah, so we'll see what I come up with. Alright, so we got it. So I just got some screws sunk in there, and it's not the greatest thing, but for this it works. Alright, so yeah, that's on there. I got to go down at the other end of the barn and get the other one for the other hut. But we should bring some feed in here and see if we get some of them little guys eaten out. I just have a kid starter. It's at 18%. And we'll put that in here, and that'll work. Should work pretty good. It's not as easily accessible as it is up front, so I guess it is what it is. So alright, well, we're gonna probably get the other one, and we'll get some feed in here. If anybody wants an update on these little guys, they're doing really good. Right? And Fred was keeping them warm before, weren't you, Fred? Stupid cat. Starting to get on my nerves. Hey! So they're doing really good. Mom's doing good for the most part. We're trying to keep her fed. So we just throw the hay in the corner. The hay, I threw some baleage in last night, and then obviously the water. We got the heat lamp here in the corner, and yeah, I think we're gonna keep her in here a little bit longer than usual, just because well, I don't know, we'll see. Probably another day or 2 for sure, and then we'll probably let her out into the population. So it seems pretty warm in here, so I think I'm going to open up this side door. It's supposed to get cold towards the end of the week, but we got at least tomorrow yet, and I think probably Thursday is going to be decent, but Thursday night it's going to get cold, so that's all I did for that. I'm not sure if I like it yet or not. I actually do have a clip. I bought a bunch of these, so maybe put a clip on there. That'll work nice. I would like to move this somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. For this, or for right now, it works pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna get that other side get that feeder on the other side. We'll get some feed in there for them. And okay guys, feeding is all done. And yeah, we got our feeders in there. We got a little bit of grain in there. Got one on this side. So she's got this purple stuff on her. That's actually a pour-on delice. Well, you can use it for lice, flies. Mom came out the other day, 2 days ago, and she actually went through the whole herd and just put that on. You just put it right along the tailbone there, and that'll help with lice and fleas, or you know, whatever they're fighting with. Usually you can tell. You got some that have roughed up hair a little bit. I think she's got, you know, her coat's just a little bit rough because she's scratching or itching, and especially with all these little ones running around, it isn't a bad thing to probably knock some of that out. Like her too, you know, it's real. She's real kind of rough, and that kind of gives you an indication that she's scratching, she's itching a little bit. So she went through, she did the whole herd. That really works good. Right after I feed, that they're standing by the feeders, and usually you can walk either right in front of them or right behind them and just kind of spray it on there real quick. We do that probably 2 to maybe 3 times a year, depending. Usually it gets done only when we have an issue or we notice an issue. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. It means the whole world to me, to see that you're subscribed. It makes me want to continue doing this. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. Like the video. That really helps me out too. Comment. I'd love to see some comments, questions. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. And don't forget to come back next time.